Hi guys, it's Andy from Man City Fan TV. Let me just bring this up. Silence that. How's everyone today? Sorry, it's a bit late. I was going to do one earlier. Hi Ali, how are you? I was going to do one a bit earlier, but I've been busy with domestic chores and more sealing bathrooms and things like that. So, and then I had to go out. So I came back, did that, and then realised that loads of people were commenting. So while I was waiting for my son, my oldest lad has just gone out to work. He's doing some charity work at his where he works at the weekend. So he's going to do that for a few hours. So I was waiting for him to go out. Otherwise, we'd have him going in and out, in and out, in and out. But anyway, how is everyone today? Hi, Damp Music. Hi, Makund. How are you? Kamal. Come on, you Spurs. Absolutely. Jarell Mangongo. Hi, how are you guys doing today? How are you, Jarell? You're new. Andy Martin, how are you? John Grogan, how are you? Kiam, you're late. I want my money back. No, I'm not. I'm early. So you should pay this a Patreon fee of, I don't know, $20 or something like that, Kiam. You do all this for free. Hi, English Mastiff, how are you? Kane will score the winner, I hope. I don't care who scores the winner, as long as somebody done. Mr. TA, what's up, Andy? WhatsApp or what's up? I'm on WhatsApp, yeah. But that's private. And that's only really for our people who we interact with for videos and things. When I saw City Post Gundogan, I thought they announced he signed a new contract. Looks like it's only days away. I think he's staying. It's that simple. So I think City have decided, which we'll talk about, that he's definitely staying. End of. But we'll wait until 5 o'clock. Otherwise, people will start complaining if we start going into all this stuff before 5, saying, well, you said 5 o'clock. So we'll just wait until 5, then we'll talk about those headlines that we put on there. And there's plenty of other stuff to talk about as well. But anyway, let's just see who's on here. If Spurs win the UEFA Champions League, they will rewrite all the history with Arsenal. Could say that they're a big club. I don't get into, Abdullah, I honestly don't get into all that sort of big club, blah, blah, blah. They win it, it'd be an amazing achievement. Dottore, hi. You've not been around for a bit, buddy. Where have you been? Anytime this channel live, I host on this channel, even got busy work. Okay. Pete Tennis Dude, hi from Cyprus, recommenced. You all right? Corny, yeah, I'm not, it's bloody, let me just silence this, sorry. I've just done a big, another big clean up on my laptop today. Corny, who will sign this season? We're going to talk about that next week. We said we're going to do a video this week and next week about transfers. Can we not get Manga to the Rogues? Yeah, let's hope so. Will it be a disaster if Liverpool win nothing? Be an absolute disaster of a season. Nobody could tell you any different. It would be a disaster. Hi, Ruben Blondie, how are you? Vatum 456. Is Man City banned from the Champions League? Nope. Kamal Dwyer, Van Dijk, 86-minute own goal, and they'd still find a way to praise him. They would. E-King, hi Andy, how's it going? What about transfer market for City this summer? Man, it's very tansy. Don't know what tansy means, but E-King, we'll be doing videos next week. And if you guys want to get involved with it, you only have to contact us at mcfcfantv@gmail.com. City have not been banned from anything yet, and there'll be no ban this season. Hi mate, how are you? Abhishek, I'm good mate. Come on Spurs for 2 reasons. Obviously losing AFC meltdown. I mean, can you imagine? It'd just be phenomenal. I'd be tuning in straight after the game if it was happening. I've got a funny feeling Liverpool are going to win, but I desperately want Spurs to win. Thankfully, Gundogan ain't leaving. Harris Khan says, yeah, looks like he's definitely staying. Recommend you all follow Twitter, Man City Oracle. I already do, mate, and he follows me and always asking me questions and things like that. Julio, hi Andy. Yes, we're finally here face to face. Lorente from Real. Yeah, I mean, I've read all about that. I'm not sure. There are too many injuries and not for me. Abdullah, any news on transfers? We're going to talk about it. Love to see Felix. Yeah, I would too. The ref's not English tonight, is he? Sign. I want Spurs to win, but I simply can't see it happening. Yeah, I think the Dippers are going to win it tonight. I'll be honest with you. But I'm so hoping Spurs do. Spurs need an early goal. Well, you look at the comebacks, do they? Because it might spur them on. Scott Williams heard that Kamal. Not sure if there's any substance to that. I don't know what that was referring to. Stephen Tierney, I'm getting nervous for tonight as it gets near 8 p.m. But I'm always like that when it's the British soap. Come on, Son, absolutely. Sarri's pet to Juve. Right, okay. Well, let's talk about that first while people are coming on because it's only just hit 5 o'clock now. Sarri is alleged, and these are all rumours. There's nothing ever come from Sarri's mouth and quotes and things like that. Sarri has allegedly said that he would like to leave, allegedly, and go to Juventus. Now, Juventus have never said anything about Sarri, and Sarri has never come out saying he wants to leave. The only rumours that have come out really of Chelsea are that was it a day ago, 2 days ago, where they turned around and said that Sarri wants to stay another year and is happy to sign another contract for another year. So take of it what you will. I just can't. I'd be surprised, but I can't see Sarri at Juve. I really can't. But it won't surprise you. I mean, you only have to look at Di Matteo, wins the Champions League and then he's gone. And I think Sarri's had a good season at Chelsea this season. So just don't start Harry Kane, Son. I really don't think he'll start Harry Kane tonight. I'd be very surprised if he does start him. I think it'd be a mistake. City not in for Felix, Fernandez, Cancelo not in our price bracket. I think Felix is well within our price bracket. Fernandez, I've got my doubts about him. I said it weeks ago. And the Fernandez thing, if we talk about that very quickly, the Fernandez thing is dragging on. And there was rumours today that Fernandez, on his own social sort of media blog, was talking about how he loves City and blah, 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 but he prefers Liverpool. And that says to you that, which the rumours are, that City have never made a bid for Fernandez. They just haven't. And even though we've said it on this channel, all the rumours that City were willing to pay this and the other, City have never come out and there's been no real confirmed sort of bid for Fernandez. Now, I listened to an interview with Gab Marcotti, and he turned around and said, who's watched Fernandez an awful lot this season, he turned around and said, as good a season as he's had in the Portuguese league, it's nothing like the Premier League, and he really doesn't think he would be anywhere near good enough to step straight into Man City's first team 11. So I think it's an agent thing. I think the agents are just like going, United, no, Liverpool, now make some comments about this and we'll get the figure up and we'll... There's been really nothing about it. And like I said yesterday, somebody posted... I think it was on our channel. Might not have been. So if I'm wrong, I apologise. But somebody posted, Sam Lee is saying that Fernandez will be done within 48 hours or something like that. Now, Sam Lee said about 8 weeks ago that Fernandez was a done deal. Nothing's happened yet. There's been no confirmation from the club. And even though we can't sign anyone until the 9th of June, there's been no confirmation or rumour or whatever. So it's, like I said, it'll go round and round and round for the next few weeks until that 9th of June transfer window opens. What else have we got on here? Dr. says, Jesus has been linked to PSG if Mbappe leaves. Well, if Mbappe leaves, I can only see Mbappe going to Man City. I'll be honest with you. Because it looks like Barca are backing for Neymar to go back there, which suggests that Mbappe won't leave if Neymar leaves because he'll be the top dog and he's on a lot of money. And then why would, maybe Jesus for Neymar, but it cost an absolute fortune. I'll be honest with you. So I can't see that. I think Jesus is quite happy here. And he won't be going anywhere this summer. I think the Jesus rumours and things that we did, even we did, a week or two ago and things like that. I don't think Jesus is coming into the equation of a player being sold. I think the biggest important thing is let's resolve the Sane situation, which there's no further news other than that what we said to you yesterday about Sane. He has a great reputation, yeah, but let's face it. It's one thing. You look at the Juventus managers, and you look at the Juventus managers they could have. I know he's just won the Europa League, but Juve are a massive club, huge club, and to take somebody who's only just won a Europa League is massive when it comes to Napoli. Don't get me wrong, but that'd be. I don't know. I can't see it. Virgil van Dijk own goal, Alisson Howler. Wouldn't that be great? Daily Mirror state that Klopp would be a failure if he loses. You've got to think of it. Seventh final. And if he was to lose tonight, my lord, he would be one of the biggest failures in management history. To get to 7 finals and lose every single one of them. That'd be embarrassing on your CV. Absolutely embarrassing. I really don't care who wins. That's fine. Blue Moon, is it true that next season City will be wearing flip-flops with studs in them? Absolutely spot on. Well said, Blue Moon. That is correct. Where'd you get that info from? Hi, Bernard. Put Mangala with the under-23s. We need Declan Rice. Just can't see it happening, if I'm honest with you. Luke Cage, I hope so. Julio Castaneda. If we get Felix, I think it'll be our last signing because his price dragged negotiations up between other players. Felix, what happened if Sane stays? I don't think I agree with you, English Massive. It all depends, and this is why I keep saying to you, is that everything that we buy this season, every player we buy, and the whole transfer system is all dependent on what happens with Leroy Sane. I've said it for now a week. It is vitally important that we resolve the Leroy Sane thing one way or the other before the 9th of June. We've got to resolve this situation because if Sane goes, we know how much money we get in. Hi, Chris Lindley. And if not, then he stays, then we know who are our real targets because we haven't got untold money to spend. It's not like we can go, oh, we'll have him, we'll have him, we'll have him, we'll have him. We haven't got that money. So we've got to be very careful in the way that we spend the money. So until we resolve the Leroy Sane situation, City have got to be pretty tough on this and say, look, mate, here you go. This is the offer we're giving you. Now, you either sign it or you don't. But if you don't, we'll put you on the market and we'll say, anyone who's willing to pay 100 million quid, we'll sell you. That's it. So if Bayern want you, then we'll go and speak to Hunis and everyone else and Rummenigge and say, give us 100 million quid, you can have him. That simple. Now, if you believe the rumours are that Sane said he didn't want to move back to the Bundesliga, then that opens up the way for the likes of, I don't know, Barca, Real Madrid, some of the big teams, Juventus or whoever. But you are not leaving this club unless they pay us 100 million quid. That's that simple. So it's entirely up to you because we can't go into the transfer market looking at targets thinking, well, if Sane left, yes, we could play Mahrez on the left. But that's not where City want to be. City want to say, we've got Mahrez in reserve, Mahrez can play here, but we've got Joao Felix, let's say we're talking about Joao Felix. So City need to resolve this Sane situation very, very quickly, one way or the other. Either make a decision and turn around and say, you're going nowhere, you're going absolutely nowhere, I don't care what offers come in, you can stay here and you'll rotate as a squad player, if that's your attitude. Or we actually come to agreement, which I think is more down the City route, of saying, if you really want to go, we'll put you up for 100 million quid, and whoever pays it, you can go wherever you want, you choose, but we want a decision within 9 days, 8 days, a week. That's simple. Because if City came out and put their feelers out in world football to say, anyone who wants to pay £100 million for Sane, you need to put your bids in within the next 48 hours. True bids, proper bids, and then we'll discuss it. You know that City will be inundated by 4 or 5 major clubs around the world that would want to pay £100 million for Sane. It's that simple. They will do it. But if Sane says, I don't want to go to Bayern, then fine. Okay, well, you've got Barca, you've got this. But we want a decision from you within the next 48 hours. It's up to you. Otherwise, you're staying at City, and that is it. You will rot in the reserves. You will sit on the bench. You will be a squad player. You will play as a first 11 player, regardless if you are good enough. And City need to sort this out once and for all, because that will be determined who are we going for. Are we going to really go in for the likes of Felix, who is a very exciting player? Or does City go, we can't afford him. Our priorities are central defensive midfielder, a cover fullback, a centre back. Let's say, who knows? So I think it's got to be resolved with Sane one way or the other. Too many catty comments about Felix. Luke, yeah, rest in peace, Antonio Reyes. Yeah, it was my lad. Like I said to you in the chat before we came live. I don't know why. I've got no idea why. But ever since he was a little boy, he's always had this thing about Jose Antonio Reyes. He's followed him all over when he played for Sevilla and Arsenal and everything else. Even though he's a big blue, he's a big City fan, he just had this obsession with Jose Antonio Reyes. And he came walking downstairs this morning and he was pale and he was white and he went, oh my God, have you seen this? And I was sat here doing some work and I went, what? And I thought it was a joke. And he's been silent all day. He's hardly spoken a word. And I think it's really affected him, bless him. And he's just gone off to work. So very, very sad news. Very, very sad news. Julio, City building up Fernandes so that Man United pay 60 million bid. Yeah, well, like I said to you, the Felix price 100 million is bonkers. No thanks. Okay, why is it bonkers, Kian? Just give me a reason why it's bonkers. I'd like to know why it's bonkers. Ndombele will be the best addition to the club. We've always said it. We've always said on here that Ndombele will, for us, would be the best signing, I think. Trust me, if we get Felix, he will eventually play Silva. Pep will play him as a central attacking midfielder. Felix is not worth 105 million. He is not worth more than 40 million. Well, if you look at the fact that Cheeky went to watch Jovic when Eintracht Frankfurt played Benfica, his specific role was to watch Jovic. Jovic scored one. Felix scored a hat-trick. Cheeky came away from that game thinking we'd rather have him than him. And Jovic is going to go for at least 70 million, 80 million quid. That's the going rate for... It doesn't matter whether they're 19 or not. That's the going rate. So, hi, the Saint, how are you? ZH for 30 million. Nah, I don't rate him. I watched him. And not for me. And if City came in for him, it wouldn't be 30 million. It'd be 50, 60 million. Diamond Time Lord. Van Dijk just won the derby. So knackered for the Champions League. Fine. Oh, really? Will he have his own little train to change? Blue Moon says, if we sign Felix, will he have his own litter tray in the changing room? Jesus, Blue Moon, you're funny. Mbappe to United, maybe. No chance. Why would Mbappe ever go to United? They're not even in the Champions League. There's no way, because his profile, his sponsorships and everything else would not allow him to go to somebody in the Europa League. They just wouldn't. It's a massive step down for him to go to United. No chance. City will not spend 75 million. They will do if it's, if we recoup the money. That's what I'm saying. It all depends on what we get back. And if Sane goes and we get 100 million, then it's almost like a like-for-like Felix and Sane swap deal, almost. So there's no money there. So it means the money that we've got invested in the likes of potentially Rodri or Ndombele or De Ligt or whoever is irrelevant, because that's already been put aside. But with the spanner in the works with Sane, we need to understand what is going on with that, because that will determine whether we go for the likes of... Now, if Sane commits, let's say Sane commits on Monday, I think the chances of us signing Felix go to 0, because City will go, right, okay, we've got Sane on another 5 years. Whether he'll stay 5 years is another thing. But you think Sane's not worth 100 million, Andy Martin? Well, if Joao Felix is worth 105 million, and that's the region that you're paying for Joao Felix, Sane has got to be worth 100 million quid, surely. Who do you think will win the final? Well, I've said it before, Zeddy Bed. I think Liverpool will win it, but I'm hoping Spurs do. I'll be gutted if Sane goes, but no player's bigger than the club. Spot on, Stephen. Hi, Andy. Sorry, I'm joining late. Manga. Right, okay. So let's get into this stuff now. We've got hundreds of comments coming through. So, Mangala, yeah. Well, there was a rumour that came from City Chief today. And now we know that the deal was struck. Is worth more than 100, reckons Colin. We know that the deal was struck between Mangala, his agents, and Porto. I think it was all agreed and everything else. And then they came out with this rumour from some Portuguese sort of like Daily Star that said Mangala had basically upped his wage demands, and that was the reason why the deal was falling through. Yeah, right. But what's transpired, and I replied back saying, well, hold on, I thought they'd already struck a deal with the agent and the club on transfer fee and wages and everything else. It was all dependent on his medical, stringent medical, which we said yesterday. That what's transpired from this morning with City Chief saying this about Mangala's upped his demands for wages, suddenly has come back saying they're not happy about his medical. So it looks like the deal has fallen through on medical reasons, not because of, Mangala's, because he was going to take a pay cut anyway to go, not that on Mangala's wage demands. So that's a shame. So looks like he's going to be sat here until somebody takes him on, or we've now signed him for another year. And you'd think the City board and the staff would have actually had some stringent medical examinations before they even thought about giving him an extended contract. I mean, I think they should just give him the money and go, right, here's your final year's salary, blah, 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 just go and let him go and be a free agent and do whatever he wants to do, because it doesn't look like it's going anywhere. Andrew Robertson says, Sane is 80 million for me. So what you're saying is one of the greatest, he was in the Premier League team of the year last season, not this season, is worth only 5 million more than Van Dijk. Clueless, mate. Absolutely clueless. There's no way Sane is worth a similar amount to... Well, all right, I'll ask you the question. Leroy Sane. Would you have Mane or Sane? Would you have Salah or Sane? Would you have Firmino or Sane? Would you have Shaqiri or Sane? You'd take Sane in Liverpool's team every day of the week. Every day of the week. And if you think he's worth 80 million quid, clueless. Ray, what do you think of Felix? Who's Ray? What else? I agree, Andy Mangala. Let's just wash our hands. We've got to just get rid of him and just say we shouldn't have signed him on the extra year. We thought we might be clever and got some money back on him. He hasn't worked out. Give him his money. Give him his 4 million quid a year or whatever he was on, and just say bye-bye and just let him be a free agent. Go and sort out his own, fitness regime and do whatever. And then, it's just pointless keeping him around. I'm talking about market value. The price must be higher. Okay. Well, I thought you said he's not worth 80 million. Sane gets into most teams in Europe. I agree. Sane is the most exciting player. Maybe not the best, but he gets you. He's what, like Pep said, he could be anything. I think Ray said that he really should have been at the levels of Sterling this season. and should have next season been pushing for a Ballon d'Or. He just hasn't. He's regressed. Salary in this inflated market is definitely 100 million, at least, I would say. I'm not saying that's what City will take for him. Andy, what's Squan? How are you, Chanub? Yeah, Mangala is going to become Richard Bryant. Yeah. Probably gonna become our defensive coach, won't he? I hope Signing stays. I just hope he shows a bit more spirit. I agree, Kian. Andy, do you talk about the midfield trio yet? Not yet. We're just moving on to that next after Firpo. Joao Cancelo, still the same rumours going around. I'll be very surprised. 60 million quid for a fullback. We could buy, my thoughts on this are this, and this is the thing. Firpo, we're going to move on to Firpo, and this brings us in sort of the defensive sort of bracket area. Now, with regards to Firpo, we've done loads of videos on Firpo before. We've done them months ago. But it's just come back in, and you don't know whether is this the agent sort of googling Firpo? No, mate, it's already here. If you want to see it, there's no googling. There you go. So there's no googling Firpo. It's already, the rumours are already here. Stop being a knobhead. Do my research beforehand, well beforehand. So stop being a dick. So I'm not googling anything. My hands are here. So the front page of Sport says that Barca were interested in Firpo. This came from this morning on there. But they said that the interest in Firpo was cooled off, basically. But that City is still very, very keen in the 22-year-old. Now, like I said, we did videos ages ago on Firpo. So it says that City is still interested about it. But we've got to remember that Firpo is actually managed by Pep's brother. That's his agent, so Per Guardiola. So you don't know whether this is just another, I don't know, just trying to put the name out there and things like that. The money, I think the money we said in the original, I'm just bringing the stream back up just in case anyone thinks I'm Googling to get some information on Firpo, which we'd already done, God knows, months ago. It was around about 50 to 60 million quid. Now, if you're going to spend that, it's a bit of a risk spending 60 million quid on Cancelo, who, let's face it, has been injured. Let's face it, has fallen out with Juve, so has a real proper attitude problem. Do we want another attitude problem for 60 million quid? Do we want to sign Firpo, who, you know, let's face it, is not worth 60 million quid? Or do we go for Chilwell, that we know is decent crossing, is defensively very sound. So I think it's a real risk if we go, personally, if we go for the likes of Cancelo or Firpo. Said the Firpo deal months ago, said, I just can't see it ever happening. I really can't. I know Firpo's attacking you, saying Kamal, but we're talking about two different leagues. Massive difference in leagues. I'm not saying Cancelo isn't technically very gifted, but what I'm saying is that what he'll bring clearly is an attitude. Now, will Pep want to bring in anybody who's got an attitude? I mean, he's fallen out with Juventus. That is not the Pep Guardiola thing. You look at the players that he's brought in. He's not brought anybody in like a Balotelli, who, you know, Mr. Fireworks and everything else. It's not his style. So I'd be really surprised if Pep Guardiola brings in Cancelo. I'll be really, really surprised if he does. I'll be honest with you. So, but maybe he will. Maybe he'll see something in him that he thinks I can change it. But it's not his technical ability he's going to have to change. It's his attitude. Now, we're already in a situation with Leroy Sané. You know, do we want to go back into that whole Balotelli, don't tempt fate, yeah. Do we want to go back into that, having a player here who could disrupt the harmonious dressing room that we've got. That's a risk. That is a massive risk for 60 million quid. Now, if it's 10 million, 15 million, you go, well, we'll take a chance. If you don't convert his attitude and change his ways, well, just get rid of him. It's nothing. But when you're spending 60 million on quid on a defender who potentially could create problems, why would you do that when you can guarantee the personality and attitude of a player, let's say, like Chilwell, who you would probably get around about the same money, who's proven in the Premier League? Cancelo isn't proven in the Premier League, neither is Firpo. They might be great in their own leagues, but I just don't see it. I don't see it whatsoever. I just don't understand the mentality of even looking at players like that. I really, really don't. We've seen with Mendy the risk. And let's face it, we paid what, 54, 53 million pounds for Mendy, and we've seen that not only his injuries, but he can be a little bit. All right, I know Pep's got in his ear now and probably reined him in massively over the last 6 to 12 months. But, you know, you've still got a player there that has got this, you know, bit of a attitude. But he can play, the kid can play. But he's never fallen out with the club. He's never given the club any massive grief and demanded to play. And well, Cancelo has given Juve a right load of earache. So I just don't see it. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'll be totally wrong, and you can all say, you know, 100 watching now. Is it just me? Or this keeps going up every stream. It's getting this, certainly the last few days. Makunda's been coming up very, very good. So thank you very much, everybody. Let's see what else. Yes, those people, devil worshippers. No thanks, says Mr. TA. Alaba instead can play most everywhere. Yeah, I mean, if we're going to piss off Bayern, you know, they're going to do any business with us. I don't know. I've no idea. I just think Scott Williams says Cancelo can't see it unless Bubblegum has had the way. Yeah, I just can't see it. I'll be honest with you. All credit to Jess Galini, who normally approaches 10k like she averages, for saying she doesn't like City. Great clickbait. Absolutely, it was absolutely. I didn't reply to it. I saw all the hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of tweets replying to her, Bernard, about that, and I just thought, why bother? It's clearly massive clickbait. She sat on Man City's press conference room on City seats and then saying, I love Manchester, but I don't like Man City. And it was like, of all the things not to reply to, that was the one tweet. And I think you did, but I'm not sure. But it was just, she was inundated. So her social media team done a brilliant job there of getting a name out there. And some of the replies were brutal, absolutely brutal. Bayern players can't play in a real league. They can't stand competition. It was her putting her feet on our seats that one. Yeah, it is, but it was done for a reason. Pep tells every player before they join they will not play every game. That's why Mahrez is signed. Tottenham will win tonight. I hope so, Sharon. Sky Sports News has said that City will not sign Felix due to his high demands of a scratch post. What's that? Of a scratch postage. Blue Moon, you make me laugh every day. Right, Gundogan. Looks like Gundogan's staying. So there we go. Moving on to the last thing now. Gundogan is definitely staying at Man City. End of. City have decided, which I think if you watch the videos that we did 5, 6, 7 weeks ago, we discussed Gundogan, and I think I said on there that you know, why we've got two options. We either try and get him to extend, which I can't really see him extending his contract when he could get a big payday, or we just keep him and we say, right, fine, fair enough, we paid 20 million quid for you, we'll run down your contract, it's been a great business deal, you'll get, you know, however long, 4 years, 5 years, and you've been a great servant. Thank you very much for 20 quid. You've been great, 20 million quid. You've been great this season. And it looks like that's what City have said. City have basically said, you're not going anywhere. You're going to stay. And if you want to go on a free at the end of your contract, fine, fair enough. No problem whatsoever with that. So you can go and get yourself a massive signing on fee at the end of your contract. But you're staying basically at Man City. So Gundogan, I think, will be happy with that one way or the other. Gundogan leaving wouldn't bother me in the slightest. Well, it wouldn't bother me per se if we got the money back that we paid for him. But it looks like City are not willing to offer him a 3-4 year contract. I'm surprised Gundogan hasn't actually pushed through and said, right, well, I want to leave and then see what's out there. But he thinks, well, maybe we've got another year or so and then I can get myself a nice 20 million quid signing on fee somewhere and a load of wages and I'll finish my career at whoever, let's say. So, English Mastiff says, Gundogan this season has been immense at times, shocked me. Me too, mate. Like I said, when we did the pre-season review, with the season review, I said, you know, Gundogan wasn't one of my favourite players, I'll be honest with you. I thought he was lacking in defensive ability, but going forward, we've always said he's been exceptional. But give him his due, even though he can't tackle for shit. He's really stepped up to the plate when Fernandinho's been injured. He's been superb in the last sort of 4, 5, 6 games. So fair play to him. Remember, he was Pep's first signing, so Pep saw something in him, knows what he's like. And if we buy another defensive midfielder, then maybe he can play sort of a little bit more forward in certain games. So Gundogan is staying, which then goes back to the triangle of who do we sign in this defensive midfield role. Well, the Rodri thing has dragged on and on and on and on and on. And I'm surprised that nothing has been agreed yet on that. Very surprised. And then the rumours are today that City's attention has been turned back to their original player, which was Ndombele. And I would suggest that this is more, if it's true, and we don't know whether it's true, because City, this is not from the official City website, but if this is sort of City putting the feelers out there for Ndombele, this is sort of saying to Rodri, you've got a week or two, mate, to make your mind up. You're either coming or not. Get your agent to get the move going, move on it, blah, blah, blah. Otherwise, we're going to look at Ndombele this week. And so it doesn't surprise me in the slightest that we've heard nothing. We said that last week about Ndombele. We've not heard anything about Ndombele. That's gone very quiet. Suddenly today, there's no news on Rodri, and then suddenly we're allegedly back in for Ndombele, and we're, you know, he was our second choice allegedly. Adam says Ndombele is my favourite. He was mine right from word go. I've always said Ndombele for me is the first choice for Man City, or for me to come to Man City. But there's been this Rodri thing. I still think Ndombele is the better option, but City seem very keen on Rodri. Pep seems very keen. Cheeky seems very keen on Rodri. It'll be interesting. It'll be very interesting. But don't be surprised if these Ndombele rumours push up and intensify over the next few days. And maybe that'll be City pushing sort of things along journalists' routes to sort of say, you know, get this rumour out here because they really want Rodri, let's say. So I hope I'm not. You know what? I'm not bothered if it was Rodri or Ndombele. Would I rather have Ndombele? Ndombele, yes, absolutely, without a shadow of a doubt. Said it all along since I saw him in Lyon when we played them in the away leg. I thought he was amazing, absolutely brilliant. So yeah. Sneaky bit to Chelsea for Alonso would do me. You know what, Kiam? I speak to Chelsea fans quite a lot and done vlogs with them, and the Chelsea fans think Alonso is shit. They think he's absolutely garbage. And I must admit, I don't know whether it's them planting a seed has made me, because I have always thought Alonso was decent, but they really, and they watch him all the time, say he's garbage. So I don't know. I'm not sure about Alonso. Sal Mendy, we don't need a Twitter cheerleader. Maguire is definitely not coming to Man City. Without a shadow of a doubt, Maguire is definitely not coming to Man City. Maguire, apparently the rumours are that he's going to cost £90 million. And Maguire himself, and these are quotes, have come out said he wants to work with Rodgers next season and see where Leicester can go. So for 90 million quid, really? 90 million quid? I think he's a 25 to 40 million pound defender at best. At absolute best. And that is adding a bit on because he's English. No chance. Absolute no chance of Maguire. No chance. I think he's average, if I'm honest with you, just because he's English. And they want 90 million quid. We'd be ripped. It's twice the price we pay for Mangala, and we'd be getting a similar player of that who's fit, but English. Not for me. No chance. Thing is, if City do sign Felix, I'm worried that he will spend more time scratching the goal. Stop it, Blue Moon. Superbia 75, yes, amortised. Gundogan is 5 million this year, maybe 4 million if it was a 5-year deal. Let him go, and how much for a replacement? Yeah, but they've turned around and basically said they're quite happy to let him stay and see out his contract. Alonso is slow, he can't defend. He's also bad defensively. I'd take Manga at left back over Alonso. Alonso, awful history in Spain. I think he's blackballed over there. Nasty. I don't rate Alonso, but under Pep, who knows? 90 millions, Adam. Yeah, that's the rumour. No way 90 million. That's the rumour. Pep will shock us with a centre-back we have never thought of. We'll see. I don't know who that centre-back will be. Why pay 90 million for Maguire when he can pay 70 million for... Well, exactly. I mean, you only have to look at that. If De Ligt is going to be 70 million quid and a big salary, why would you pay? Pep adds 40% to any player. But if you can get De Ligt, if you can say to Mino Raiola, look, we'll buy De Ligt for 70 million, we'll give you a 20 million signing on bonus for the agent, and we put him on 250 grand a week. Why would you buy Harry Maguire? Just doesn't make any sense whatsoever. No sense. I think Maguire's better than you think. No, I don't. Sorry, mate. That's something we'll have to disagree on. I honestly think he's average. I'll be honest with you, average. Remember, Ndombele was great against us, but Rodri is more in the mode of Dino. Yeah, maybe. I would still prefer Ndombele. Should be thinking of replacing David Silva at his age. No chance. Don't you dare blaspheme on here, Mr. TA. You'll be gone. See ya. Banned. Never to come on Man City Fan TV. How dare you talk about David Silva like that? Last few seasons, Alonso's been way off the pace in the league. He has, well... Like I said, I speak to a lot of Chelsea fans who do podcasts and videos and YouTubes and things, and they think he's crap. I'll be honest with you. I always thought he was half decent. Pep needs to add 9,000% for Alonso to be half as good as Zinchenko. De Ligt will not come City, no chance at all. We won't pay what the agent wants. Well, if you consider they want, well, the rumours are, the rumours are 65 million quid to 70 million. Well, euro, I should say, not quid. Euro. If that's the case, why would we pay 100 million euro for Maguire and give him 150 grand a week when we can get De Ligt for 70 million euro and give Raiola a 30 million euro handoff and give him 250 grand a week? He's 19 and a far better player. Pep is coming back to City since Juve have stuffed him. I've watched Felix on YouTube today and he looks like a City player to me. Have a word, Bernardo. Well, Bernardo's already come out and he's made some comments about Bruno Fernandes and also Joao Felix. And he claims that Joao Felix is going to be a superstar. And that's Bernardo's words. Obviously, he's a compatriot of his. but he reckons that Felix is going to be a superstar in world football. Now, we all know these rumours came out about Mbappe when he was at Monaco, and PSG got him, and look what he is now. We'd all take Mbappe at Man City in a heartbeat. So, the City, did he miss out on him, or did he push the signing thing through and say, right, we'll get 100 million and we'll go all out for Felix, and we'll see if Pep can work with him. We don't know. We have no idea. Van der Beek is good. I agree, Kian. Van der Beek is one that I think when we watched we did the preview on the after City, well, before City were playing, or when Spurs played Ajax. I think Van der Beek is a very, very good player, and he'd be a lot cheaper. Whether they'll sell him, Frenkie de Jong, De Ligt, and Ziyech, and whether they'll sell that many, I don't know. But Van der Beek is a very good player. But anyway, we've got 3-4 minutes left, and then I've got to go. Where are you going to play Felix if no one's going out? He won't come. I don't think he'll honestly come, Mr. TA. I think if signing doesn't go, we won't buy Felix. We can't afford. I don't think we can afford to, if we're buying all those other players that we're talking about, Rodri, De Ligt, Cancelo, or whoever. We can't afford. We haven't got unlimited funds. We've got to abide by FFP. So I honestly think that the Felix thing will all be dependent on whether Sane stays or goes. I think if Sane stays, Felix will come to City. I really don't think he will. So that's why I think it's all dependent on what Leroy Sane does, and I think City need to get this resolved as quickly as possible, because it is going to determine who we buy, who we go after as our number one target. Rodri is a must, says Jordan Rebello. Daily Snail says Champions League predictions. What, for tonight? I think Liverpool will win. I'll go 3-1 Liverpool, but I really desperately want Spurs to win. Kian, my number one choice of right back would be Pereira at Leicester. He's decent. He is a decent. Are we going to invest, though? That's the only thing. Are we going to invest? Are we really going to invest in another right back? I can't see it. I just can't see it. I can see left back, but then again, maybe if we get rid of Danilo, we've got sort of 25 million euros extra to buy. I don't know. I think Bailey's a really good player. He would be a good buy. Not for me. No chance. Bale? Injury prone. Jesus, we had enough of Mendy. We don't want Bale. And where would he play? And we'd have to spend 80 million quid on him. Not for me. We didn't spend that much last summer or in Jan. No, we didn't. But we start to abide by FFP. We've still got to abide by FFP. So it's not that we haven't just got like 500 million quid just to go out and spend on players. We've got to be careful in what we spend. We've got to be sensible in what we spend. So, City will not want to. You've got to remember. All right, we might not have spent. We had a £21 million net spend last summer, but we've spent hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of millions of pounds years gone by, and we've massively reduced the age of the squad. Well, I'm sure the profile will not be, let's buy another 3-4 massive players for 300 million. I think they're just going to replace like for like in the next 2-3 years. I think those days of buying 5-6 players, they're gone. City won't do that anymore. I really don't think they will. And Pep's got a squad now that the age range is very good. And we know the likes of Sergio's come out and said he's going to stay for 2 more years and then he's going back to Independiente. So we know that next year or the year after, we're going to have to look at replacing him. Or this season, we look at Joao Felix and promoting Gabby into, Sergio's position or something like that. We know we need a David Silva replacement, but we've got Phil Foden. if we're going to keep Gundogan, we've got another option there for a couple of years. We've got Bernardo Silva who could come inside. If we were to buy Joao Felix, he can play on the left, Sterling on the right if Sane was to go. So there's lots and lots of variants. City will not buy 3, 4, 500 million pound players. It just is not going to happen. That is not the model anymore. We've done our massive buying spree, and we've got our age squad of the age of our squad down significantly now. It's just cherry picking the right people for the right position. So I think 3 signings this summer, there or thereabouts, that'll be tops. I'll be honest with you. Nurses should be on more money. I agree, it's the old argument. But people say, how much money do nurses bring in? Yeah, but I agree with you. Panache, where's the Champions League final next year? I'm confident City will be there. Panache, it's in Istanbul. Garcia made first team squad, looks good prospect. Garcia today is, rumours are that Garcia is definitely going to get game time at Man City next season. City have said that he'll definitely be in the first team squad and around the first team squad next season. So, we said that before. He's going to be a regular. City have got about 300 million to spend, and we only spent 6 million last season, plus we have 6 million. City have not got 300 million pounds to spend. Not unless we bring money in. City will not spend 300 million pound. And forget amortisation and things like that. City will not spend 300 million pounds right now. They might have money. They won't spend 300 million pounds in additional players. There's no chance. So they're going to have to, if they want to spend 300 million, they're going to have to recoup 100 to 150 million of that. Got to remember, then you've got player salaries. So if you get rid of 3 and bring in 5, that's another 2 players' salaries on 5-6 million quid a year. So, forget the Puma deal as well. I mean, it's irrelevant. I mean, it's not. City will not spend 300 million quid without recouping it. It's not the model. It really isn't the model anymore of doing that. I really believe it's not the model anymore. City will want to make sure that they sell to bring, and of course they've got money to spend, but I'll be surprised if City don't spend, if City spent more than 150 to 180 million this summer without, as in an outlay. The rest of the money that they spend on players will be recouped back in. And we know there's the Otamendi, the Danilo, the possible Sane. Gundogan's now been decided that he's staying. So we're not getting loads of money back in. So they're going to have to be very careful. They won't be stupid. But anyway, Pep will have the best scouts all over Spain and South America. Well, yeah, I mean, that's... go back and look at the transfer videos. We said it's some of the best kids in South America we were looking at. We know we've got players in the future like Ante Peravasa, who is going to be back at his club for another year. So we've got midfielders there, and we've got other players that are out on loan around the world. So, I just think they're going to aim for, my opinion, I think they're just going to aim for like 2 or 3 players, 3 maximum, for this season. I'll be honest with you, but I think we might get rid of 3. Cameron Humphreys, not much more to say about him. He's gone. I think he'll lone player, one of those. You think starts, Sane's staying? Well, let's hope so, Rissy. We gave him everything when he needed money. Came City, dog was ungrateful. Sorry, I'm just going through you because I'm going now. Soul disappeared because Rodri is way more affordable. Yeah, I agree, Rissy. Milner never appreciates what... No, he never does. Who's played in the Vinny's testimonial? Don't know yet. Until he left, he said what he said. Anyway, guys, listen. Thank you so much for coming on today. We had a good chat. Lots of things to cover. As I say, there's not any more. I mean, we talked about the Manga deal has collapsed, and Firpo and Cancelo and Gundogan is now staying, it looks like. But who's it going to be? Rodri or Ndombele? So it'll be interesting Tommy Doyle is definitely one to watch, and I think City already realised that English Mastiff. I think he's going to be one that could quite easily take the Foden route. Thanks, Andy. You're welcome, Rubtol Blondie. Come on, Spuds, take care. Come on, you Spurs, says Kiam. Let's hope so. I mean, God, it'd be unbearable tomorrow. Have you heard him talking about oil money and Milner will never be forgiven? No. Will you be on tomorrow? Yes, I'll be back tomorrow. Don't know what time or whether it's me or whether it's Ray. I'm not sure. Don't know where Ray is. So, come on, Tottenham. Thank you, Michael O'Connell. Yeah, but Saul is worth more than Rodri personally. And Ndombele, Saul, Awar. Don't think Awar is coming to City. I'll be honest. I hope Tom Adele makes it first team. Yeah, it'd be great. They certainly like him, and he's a mank lad through and through, as we know. Should we resign? Piss off. Thanks, Andy. See you, Julio. Spurs 9, Liverpool 8. Would that surprise you? Thanks, Andy. Enjoy your weekend. You too, McCund. Melno looks like Dr. Hamid. See you, Andy Martin. See you, Julie. How we're going now? You're late again. Julie, where have you been? Knitting hats, crocheting hats. The matches on YouTube. I'm watching on the telly. Come on, Spuds. Enjoy the game tonight. All the best. You too. I've just come back from the Etihad Stadium. I've seen a few scratch posts. Bugger off, Blue Moon. Don't forget who's coming to the summer meetup. We had 5-6 people email us last night saying, oh, definitely let us know. We're definitely going to be there. So if you want to come to a Man City Fan TV meetup outside the Etihad, hopefully we're going to try and organise sort of that shootout and get Alex Williams in net maybe between me and Ray and do something. Well, it's all going to be money raised for Tackle for Manchester. So if you want to come, maybe we can get a barbecue or something like that set up, and all proceeds will go to Tackle for Manchester. So if you want to come along and you're interested, send us an email, mcfcfantv@gmail.com. mcfcfantv@gmail.com. So if you want to come along, have a few beers, have a chat, meet people, coming out, if you want to come on camera and we'll do some videoing and things like that, you're more than welcome. But send us an email and let us know. But anyway, it's Andy from Man City Fan TV. Wonder if the Tottenham bus has survived the trip. Yeah, well, we'll see. But anyway, listen, take care. Enjoy the game tonight, regardless of what happens. King says Ndombele will be the best defensive midfielder in the world, if not ever. The way he twists and turns, he's brilliant. I agree. He's brilliant. Fake security in Madrid, I mean, that was disgusting. You'd think Liverpool fans watching that video, you think Liverpool fans and everything else, of all the things that have happened to them, they go and try and make fake IDs and try and get, it's disgusting. I find it absolutely amazing that Liverpool fans haven't outed them and said, it looks like they've been arrested anyway. There's been massive arrests on people with those fake IDs and high-vis jackets pretending to be security and things like that. I mean, it's wrong. It just is wrong. Let's see if we can get the club up to let us in the ground. Let's hope so. That would be great. Be amazing. If not, we'll have to do it somewhere else. But anyway, it's Andy from Man City Fan TV. Don't forget, thank you everybody for all your comments today. You've been brilliant. Flea powder now delivered to the Etihad. End up with fake team, hopefully. Let's hope so. I don't know what Liverpool haven't been punished for. Yeah, exactly. Thank you, Andy. CC Dog. Take care, buddy. We'll be back tomorrow. Like I said, I don't know if it's me or Ray. I've not spoke to Ray. I don't know where he is. I don't know whether he's coming back to Manchester or what's happening. I have no idea. So I will try and do a vlog tomorrow at some point if I can. I've got family coming over and things like that. So for a bit of a barbecue and things. So if I can, I will do. If not, I'm going to have to pressure Ray to do something. Because like I said, I don't know where he is or what he's doing. So anyway, enjoy the game tonight. Come on, Spurs. Please, Spurs, do us a favour. God, because it'll be unbearable tomorrow, tonight even. And watch out for us on Twitter, @AviationBlue or @ManCity_Ray. Come and follow us on Twitter. I'm about 80 followers off 4,000 on Twitter. So if you want to come over and give me a follow, that'd be great. I want to hit that 4K as much as we want to hit the... God, I don't know how many we're on now at the moment. But we must be on about 8.5 nearly. So if we can get that to 9,000 in the next week or two, that'd be great. But guys, thanks, Andy. You're welcome, Alan Brown. Don't forget, get some more comments, Alan. Don't just sit back. Have a nice day. Enjoy. Van full of squeaky toys. Piss off. Cheers, Andy and everyone. See you, Scott. We'll be back tomorrow. It's Andy from Man City Fan TV. Take care. Have a wonderful evening. Come on, you Spurs.